which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you for coming. We have, I guess we'll go straight to Board of Ed comments, right? Everybody's got anything to say? Board of Ed comments?
Yes. Awesome.
Not yet. Not looking at it. No comments? Okay. We can go to questions and comments from tonight's agenda from the top. Yes, there we go.
Hello.
Hello, good evening. My question is specifically relating to the acceptance of the Board of Education of the bond vote. Was absentee ballots sent to everyone on the permanent absentee ballot list?
Yes.
Okay, yes, because I think that, I will comment that I feel the school district did a very poor job in communicating the bond vote, and particularly sent the Connections newsletter after the deadline. And I spoke to people who are in the military, who are on permanent absentee ballot lists, did not receive absentee ballots, but only realized this a few days prior to the election, and, he stationed far away, so that at that point it wasn't worth it to for him to contact the school and to try to get another ballot. So I think that it's disgraceful that this election was held a week before the regular election, while early voting for the general election is happening. And I think that the board should look into making sure absentee ballots are sent out to everyone before they fully accept the election tonight. Thank you.
Presentations of the superintendent.
I'd ask the district clerk to read the walk-on resolution first.
Resolved that pursuant to section 913 of the education law, employee named in executive session and referred to as employee A may be directed by the superintendent to appear for a psychiatric examination in the office of Dr. Randall Solomon, and is further resolved that Dr. Randall Solomon is hereby appointed school medical inspector pursuant to section 913 of the education law in order to evaluate said employee's ability to perform his duties as an employee of the district.
Motion made.
Second.
Any discussion? Okay. Trevor?
Yes.
Mr. Pinto?
Yes.
Ms. Conley?
Yes.
Ms. Belsey?
Yes.
And I vote yes.
I ask the board to consider item 1, certificated personnel.
Anybody want to make a motion?
Motion.
Second,
Any discussion?
congratulations to our new employees.
Thank you. Anybody else? Okay, Doc?
Yes, I vote yes.
Mr. Pinto?
Yes.
Ms. Conley?
Yes.
Ms. Belsey?
Yes.
And I vote yes.
Item 2, non-certificated personnel. Motion.
Second.
Discussion? Okay, Doc?
Yes.
Mr. Pinto?
Yes.
Ms. Conway?
Yes.
Ms. Belsey?
Yes.
And I vote yes.
Item 3 is the acceptance of the vote for the 2025 capital project bond. Resolved that the Board of Education of the Long Beach City School District hereby accepts the results of the ballots of the special district election bond vote held in the Long Beach City School District on October 28, 2025. Votes yes, 727. Votes no, 131.
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion?
Yeah, I just want to thank Mrs. Finley, all the work in getting this going and getting the polls open and getting schools to work. And staying to make sure that it's wrapped up. So, yeah, I want to thank you for your efforts. It certainly goes above and beyond. Thank you.
And I would also like to give a big shout out to Mr. DeVito and his team, yes, of course, and your team, on all the hard work. We've been talking about this bond for 5 years. You have fine-combed it, you and your team really focused on improving our programs for our students, to make our schools as best as they can be. So I really wanted to thank you. And I know, for those of you who come to our meetings, we've been talking about the bonds for months and months and years. So it's nice to see, and I'm honored that we live in such a community that honors our work and that voted for this bond. So thank you all.
Well said, Ms. Cohen.
I'd just like to also thank Ms. Donnelly and Mr. DeVito and his team for all their hard work, and also like to wish a congratulations to the community on supporting this improvement plan for the students, the community, and the overwhelming support in favor of this shows that the community is driven to help get these improvements out there for everyone. So congratulations to everyone.
Anybody else? Thank you, I echo all the sentiments, so, Doc?
I vote yes.
Mr. Pinto?
Yes.
Ms. Conway? Ms.
Yes.
Kelsey?
Yes.
And I vote yes.
And I'd ask the board to consider items 4 through 13 together.
Motion.
Get a second?
I'll do it.
Okay. Any discussion on that? Okay, Doc?
I vote yes.
Mr. Pinto?
Yes.
Ms. Conway?
Yes.
Ms. Kelsey?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Okay, excellent. Moving on to Board of Education, any additional new or old business? Does anyone want to discuss? No? Okay, questions and comments from the public?
Good evening again. My question is relating to a recent executive order from April this year titled Reinstating Common Sense School Discipline Policies, in which the administration has clarified that changes made that prioritize restorative justice in school discipline, particularly in promoting equity, so-called equity in school district discipline, not disciplining certain people, extended mediation sessions instead of suspensions, or a variety of different what is known as progressive discipline policies. The administration has said for school districts that receive federal funding are to not engage in this in restorative justice, and explicitly required to remove aspects of restorative justice from their policies. This includes aspects from the Dear Colleague letter that the Department of Education issued under the Obama administration, as well as guidance from the Biden administration's Department of Education. So I would just like to check in and ask the school how we are in following this executive order and complying with federal law.
So I don't know that our policies mention restorative justice at all, and our practices in our schools have evolved over the past 10 years. What I would say we practice is restorative practice, which is progressive discipline based on age, not on a particularly favored group or status, which I believe is in line with the president's recommendations. But I can double check the policy if you'd like and get back to you.
I think it's less of, I think it's less specific than just requiring there to be no mentions of restorative justice. I think the point of the policy, or of the executive order, is to remove changes that, and I think that the school board needs to review the changes that they've made since the Dear Colleague letter under the Obama administration came out, and what changes have we made that we're trying to implement progressive discipline. I think we need to look at that in terms of, one, is this compliant with federal law? And we may say that we don't receive that much money from the Department of Education. However, the Department of Education has civil rights jurisdiction over every school that receives federal authority and is able to take enforcement actions in federal court. So I ask that we go through all changes made to the policy in the past at least 10 years and really evaluate why were those changes made. Were those changes made to implement restorative justice and not call it that, but to implement restorative justice and those ideas. And I think that we need to take a hard look at that policy and remove aspects that are now found illegal under the executive order. Thank you.
Announcements, okay, sorry, Long Beach Classroom Teachers Association.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Okay,
Thank
administrative,
you, Mr. DeVito, and his whole team.
thanks, Karen. Administration, supervisory PPS, we don't have anyone here, LBCSCA, we don't have anyone here, right? Parent Teacher Association, we don't have anyone here. So,
Motion.
to adjourn.
Motion.
Okay,
Motion.
Second.
Have a great night, everybody.
Thank you, everyone.
Good potential work. I wasn't good doing that.